Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, we have to talk about growing up hip hop. The new episode dropped, so let's chat about it real quick. First of all, Twist has returned. He's returned with new teeth, a new mindset, and he out here searching for a new boo because his old one done sat up there and left him, okay? Because he was out there cheating on her, as she should have left him, all right? But let's move on from Twist because he wasn't really talking about much for real. But Sam has a sit down with the Tyran talking about Tretch and how Tretch pretty much made him feel like a loser. And I'm like, well, he's really going off of what you've shown him for real, right? I felt like Tretch was actually keeping it real with you, and you likely did not want to hear that, but he was just being honest because Tretch has a clear eye view as to what's going on the inside. And us people on the outside looking in is kind of labeling you as somewhat of a loser as well. So maybe that's just how he sees the situation. For real, for real. Unfortunately, it made you feel like a loser, but sometimes you need those moments so that you go out here and maybe hustle harder and prove what you need to prove to people to be a better person. So maybe you needed that moment, okay? So he says that he's been out here trying. He said he's been writing for Egypt. He just bought a house. He says that he's never really needed Tretch for anything. So for Tretch to approach him in a manner as though he needed his help for any reason, he kind of felt a way about that or whatever. And it's like, well, see, here's the thing: the stakes change, okay? I feel like there's a lot of baggage with you, Sam. The stakes have changed. You've already come into the relationship with children already. Now you're coming into the relationship or the marriage, shall I say, with kids, as you did in the beginning, because Egypt accepted it. But now you have these charges on you that's up in the air, and we don't know what's really going to happen, whether you're going to be locked up or whether you're not. And although I understand Tretch is coming down on Sam about some things, I feel like you need to come down on your daughter as well. I don't care what nobody says. Come down on your daughter. Because y'all can't be sitting up there making her think that all of her decisions are A-okay when they're not. They're just not. She knew that man had a lot of children when she got with him. She knew that man's circumstances financially and everything. Yet she still wanted to be with him. Still wanted to sit up there and marry him. Still want to sit up there and put his career over her career and other stuff. So it can't all be Sam. Let's be very honest here, okay? Some of it is also Egypt as well because this is what she wants. She sees that clearly this man may be going to jail. We all can't act like we did not see Sam sit up there last year and say, hey, I will want you to go on and live your life. I won't want you to try to wait around on me or anything like that. Meanwhile, she's like, no, I'm riding, I'm dying, I'm doing whatever it is you want me to do. I'm sticking beside you. I'm gonna stick beside him. Like that's what Egypt was giving, and then turn around. She can't get pregnant by herself, but she turns around to get pregnant under and knowing that he may likely not even be there because he may be incarcerated. Like at the end of the day, I feel like yes, we have to put a good percentage over on Sam because of how he's carried himself in this relationship. But he cannot take, in my opinion, 100% of fault. Y'all gonna have to pass some of that fault over there to Miss Egypt, okay? She's a big girl now, all right? She's a big girl. She know what she's doing. Let's keep going, all right? Sam talked about how or at least I observed the fact that Sam felt pretty low after the conversation with Tretch. He felt like Tretch doesn't see him. Tretch doesn't understand him. None of that. So, he's feeling away, okay? Sam asked, why does he feel like he can approach me like I need his help? What do you mean? Why does he feel like he can approach you? You're about to have another child and you keep getting yourself in stupid situations that's also going to fall back and affect his daughter and now his grandchild as well. Like, what do you mean? Your daddy should be up there addressing you and making sure whatever you fall in line accordingly or whatever the case is before Mr. Tretch has to come out and do it. But anyway, so Tyran tells him you have to understand who he is and where he comes from, just like you. Basically, you want somebody to understand you, well, you have to understand him as well. All right. He says, but ultimately, what I think you need to do is prove him wrong. Okay. Prove him wrong. Prove everybody else wrong through your actions. And that's what I was saying in a previous episode. I'm waiting for that time when we see Sam prove people wrong. And he just gonna have to try a little harder. I would think he's in that space now. I will hope that he's matured some after being on the show a few seasons and now about to have another child. I will hope that this matures him, right? Especially as he's facing, time in prison or whatever because of, the incident that took place. So we would like to see you grow up. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep going. So Tyrone is trying to explain to Sam, but Sam doesn't seem to want to hear what Tyrone is saying. But I think Sam feels misunderstood, as I mentioned earlier. But I need Sam to understand that you've contributed to the viewpoint of others. You know, based on how people see you, you've contributed to that based on your immature ways over the years. So that's where a lot of it comes from, even though you're trying. I guess you're just not trying enough, all right? But either way, good luck, okay? Now, let's go ahead and get into something else. Miss Sakoya, all right? So Sakoya's mom is getting a divorce, from my understanding, from her daddy, JoJo. And at this point, she's dating Lazy Bone. Sakoya's pissed off about this, all right? Now, her mom tells Tretch about her dating Lazy and her trying to divorce her husband, because they're both trying to figure out what they want to do as far as she and Lazy. Of course, they're feeling each other a lot. They want to be with each other. So if they have other situations going on, they need to, like, cut it off, I suppose, okay? She says that she's done with JoJo and that she's fallen in love or fallen for Lazy Bone. So we'll see what's gonna happen. Now, Cree and Briana's issue is what we're learning about. Cree and Briana's issue is that it comes from a live that Briana did when she pretty much was talking about the cast, and when it came to Cree, and it also came to Angela. Y'all know Briana ain't never really been a fan of Angela. She asked whether or not the relationship is genuine, whether it's true, or is it, fake and it's just for TV. And Cree took offense to that, but I don't really know why she fully took offense to it, when it sounds like Briana, to me, was really more so shading Angela than she was shading her. But maybe I need to go back and listen to it again. But anywho, everybody gets to Lazy's party, okay, because he has like this little beach house party or whatever. And TT, of course, shows up. She shows up with her fiance. Sakoya walks right past her mama when she comes in, like just kind of and kept going. I felt the way about that. I'm like, girl, I know you probably feeling a way about your mom or whatever, but you ain't got to let everybody else in the house know that you feeling a way about your mama, and you also ain't got to just walk in and not speak to her. Like, whoever she's dating shouldn't be that big of a deal to where you just not speaking to your mom. And I'll tell y'all why it's giving very weirdness to me. Now, at some point, Briana does come in. She shows up. She comes in. She sits at the countertop where Cree is. Cree tries to compliment her on her dress. Brianna's like, girl, don't say nothing to me because you ain't even speak to me when I came in. And Cree is like, I did speak to you. Now, I know that you might be slick at, dissing people and sneaky at dissing people or whatever the case is, but just know that I did speak to you. And then Briana was just like, girl, I don't have to sneak, BIT. I'll pretty much say it in your face. Like, don't ever get it twisted that I need to say anything about your back. I said what I said on an IG live because I knew you would find out about it, because I knew that you would hear it, and I knew you wasn't going to do nothing to me, so what's up? And I was just like, oh God, the clash that I was not ready to see, okay? So then Cree tells her, like, pretty much like, girl, listen, we're not the same, okay? You do this, I do that, all right? I like the Bible. You sit up there and do tarot cards, tarot readings. Girl, we are not the same, okay? Period. So I kind of felt like, first of all, Briana was like, oh my God, did you rehearse that? Did you rehearse that? Listen, I'm cringing. I do feel like some of the things Cree said, she had been waiting to say that to Briana should they get into an argument. I do think so. It's just funny that you sat up there and complimented this girl being fake, and then when Briana was being straightforward, like, girl, don't talk to me, then you want to say how you really feel. So it does kind of make us, as much as I've liked Cree, it does kind of make us give you just a bit of a side eye, just a little bit, She started to kind of go in on Miss Briana. She was eating Briana up, and I was just kind of like, dang, Briana, like, you ain't gonna say nothing. Usually this isn't you. Now, make no mistakes, I don't believe that Briana is afraid of Cree at all. I don't. And I don't think that Cree is afraid of Briana. And I don't think neither one of these ladies are afraid of each other. But in that moment, I was like, dang, Briana, you ain't got nothing to say. I'm like, girl, are you too drunk? Or are you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like, you're not turning up. Like, are you drunk, but you're aware of your drunkenness and you trying to turn over a new leaf type thing? Like, what's giving? Because you ain't really say too much or nothing back to her. But Miss Cree was clowning the outfit. Cree was clowning how she looked or something like that. I think that Briana said something and called her a BIT, and then I think she said something about her zodiac sign. or whatever. And then Cree threw back up her zodiac sign. I guess her mom is the same zodiac. Like my mama would have more common sense or something like that to not to take the extra time to look like somebody when she come out the house. Like when I tell you Cree was dragging her, I was just like, whoa, like you're really going in. Then she tells her like, yeah, BIT, enjoy the sunset, enjoy the place that you will never ever have, or a place you could never own. I said, wow. Wow. Wow, when I tell you Cree was eating her up, I did feel like some of that stuff was a little too far. Primarily when she told her to enjoy the sunset because it's a place she'll never own, basically talking about the house. And I was just like, girl, now you ain't have to come at that woman about that. Now you ain't have to do that woman like that, girl. But I was just like, I was floored. Like, Cree went there. Like, Cree has been holding on to this, and she has been waiting for you to get froggy. So I just really hate to see how this is going to go later on. I was hoping the ladies could be good friends, you know. But, I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, all right? Briana was pretty pissed the hell off. Cree goes outside to talk to Angela and them and tell them everything that was going on between her and Briana. And TT listened to it, but TT goes inside and she pretty much asks Briana what happened because you already know what side I'm on. At the end of the day, you know who I'm rocking with. Basically, let her know I'm rocking with you. Well, that's interesting because your good close friend, Miss Vanessa, is team Cree. You know, Vanessa could care less for real about Briana. So that's going to be interesting. Just don't let it come in between y'all two friendships because you over there picking sides already right out the gate. Okay, so there's that. Now, while everybody's outside, you know, just chatting and talking, one thing Eric is going to do is be messy as hell because that's Messy E's job, okay? So, Messy E came to the front. And when everybody was standing outside, Messy E decided that he was going to bring up Egypt having a baby. Like, you know, you're about to be an aunt or a cousin or whatever it was that he told Miss Titi, and Titi said, who? And then he says that Egypt is having a baby, and she was like, well, at first she laughed at first, and Briana kind of turned around like, what is going on? This is a whole lot. And then, of course, Titi changes her laughter, okay, even though she does think that it's a joke, like, wow, she took it this far to get pregnant. Titi pretty much said that, you know, that's a beautiful thing, it's a blessing, all this other great stuff, but it's just the fact that Eric, I feel like that was very messy, and he always, it's like, I hate that. Like, Eric shows just how messy men are to me. The way they be around here carrying bones. I would have much rather your wife had said it than you saying it. You always saying something. And what the gag for me was the fact that you can rush to TT to tell Egypt's business, but when your wife was talking to Sakoya about her mom, you want to sit up there and give your wife all kind of eyes and stuff and say that she's doing too much and she's, you know, giving extra and being too nosy and all this other stuff you want to say about your wife, but it's okay for you to do it. Yikes. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I feel like that was really messed up. I'm like, why TT and Egypt couldn't have a sit down and Egypt announced her pregnancy? Like, why she couldn't just mail something to her cousin? Like I don't even want to say an invitation, but like a olive branch type thing, and announce her pregnancy type. Like, why Egypt didn't get a chance to do that and you had to bust the bubble? Like, I just, Girl, Eric gets on my nerves. I swear he does. But that's pretty much the episode. That's all that took place at this time. But I just wanted to come to y'all real quick, let you know what's going on Growing Up Hip Hop. I want you guys to go ahead and hop down in the comments and let me know how you felt about the latest episode, okay? If you enjoyed it, whose side you on, TT or Cree's side, girl, just hop in the comments and let me know your thoughts. That's all that I have. I'm Jamie, that's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie, that's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.